Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Najma.
My name is Eva Kurniawati.
Here we will discuss about why water is easily polluted and what is the structure and properties of water. The first, water has unique characteristics. Water is the most abundant natural resource on Earth, covering about 71% on the Earth's surface. Overall, about 98% of water on Earth is found in the ocean and seas, and only 2% is fresh water found in rivers, lakes, and underground. Of the existing fresh water, 87% in the form of ice, 12% is in the ground, and the remaining 1% is in lakes and rivers.
In addition to its abundant existence on Earth, water also has unique characteristics. According to FND 2007, the characteristics of water are as follows: in the temperature range suitable for life, namely in the temperature range suitable for life, namely 0 Celsius until 100 Celsius, water is liquid. The temperature of 0 is the freezing point, and the temperature of 100 Celsius is the boiling point of water.
Change in water temperature takes place slowly so that water has excellent heat storage properties. Slow change in water temperature prevents stress on living things due to sudden change in temperature and maintain the earth temperature to be suitable for living things. This property also causes water to be very well used as engine coolant. Water requires high heat in the evaporation process. Evaporation is the process of changing water into water vapor. This process requires large amount of heat energy. Conversely, the process of changing water vapor into a liquid condensation releases large amount of heat energy. This release of energy is one of the reasons why we feel cold when we sweat. This property is also one of the main factor that causes a good distribution of heat on Earth. Water is a good solvent.
Water is able to dissolve various types of chemical compounds, and water contains chemical compounds in very small amounts. While seawater can contain chemical compounds up to 35,000 liters. This property allows dissolved nutrients to be transported throughout the body's tissue of living things and allow toxic material that enter into the tissue of living things to be dissolved to be excreted again. This property also allow water to be used as a good detergent and sealant for pollutants that enter the water. Water has a high surface tension. A liquid is said to have a high surface tension if the pressure between the molecule of the liquid is high. High surface tension causes water to have better wetting properties of material.
Water is the only compound that expands when it freezes. When it freezes, water stretches so that ice has a lower density than water. Water undergoes a circulation called the hydrologic cycle. This process starts from the surface of the land and sea, which evaporates into the air, then experience six water droplets, which become large and are influenced by the gravity on the earth, so that they fall called rain. Rainwater that falls on surface on the earth is partially absorbed by soil and some falls through rivers to the sea.
The next is water properties. 1. Can change shapes. The first property of water is that it can change form. However, the property can also be possessed by solid and gas. The nature of water that can change shape is often used by humans. For example, when water is heated to a certain temperature within a certain time, it can turn into steam. The presence of water vapor is a form of gas. In addition, when water is cooled in the refrigerator, it will turn into ice.
A second, flow from high to low. The next property of water is the water can flow from a high place to a lower place. This might be the same as the gravitational force of the earth that hits other objects on the earth, namely moving from the highest place to a lower place. The tree seep through and the crack. One of the properties possessed by water is that it can seep through small cracks. We can find this small gap in various places. Molecules that are owned by water with a small size can more easily seep into places that have small holes with larger holes than the molecules that are owned by water itself.
4. There is nature of capillarity. Capillar aduh piye toh? 4. There is a nature of capillarity. Capillarity is a force that can oppose the force of gravity. To be able to prove the existence of capillarity in water, it can be observed by an incident where the cloth is exposed to water. If only the end of the cloth is exposed to water, then the water will eventually, when the other parts of the cloth, even though these parts are at a higher place. 5. Having a calm or flat surface. The nature possessed by water is that water has a calm surface and is flat. This one track can be seen on the surface of pond and lake where the water in that area does not flow and provide a flat surface.
And 6. Has mass. Mass or weight is a property that all types of object will have. Of, of course, these properties will be possessed by liquid objects such as water. And 7. Water will occupy space. Water can easily change shape according to the container that hold it. This property is one of the properties possessed by water and not even possessed by solid objects. Therefore, it can be observed the nature of water in place such as glasses, bottles, buckets, and so on. And 8. Can dissolve some substance. This property is also a popular property possessed by water. Water can dissolve several substances that can be utilized by humans, such as in the process making food and drink. And 9, the the last one, water always presses in the all directions. So that's the reason why water is easily polluted. That's all discussion we had. Let's say wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.